did this Man City team just become the greatest? Are they just the best? Is that it now? Is it done? The treble? Obviously, Manchester United did it in '99, but you've got to wonder the way that City have done it this year. It is truly remarkable. I mean, let's face it. The way they won the Premier League in the end was very impressive, considering they weren't even top of the table for the majority of the season. We won't talk about who were. This is a video about Man City. The FA Cup, they played Chelsea and Arsenal very early on. They had some easier games like, the Burnley, Sheffield United, was it? And then, of course, a really tough derby game in the final against Manchester United. And the games they've had in this Champions League run as well, not easy. Even though you could argue that getting Inter in the final was... no, it's harsh to say easy, but you know what I'm trying to say. Inter aren't the toughest club in Europe right now. This wasn't a game against Real Madrid, Bayern, They were always, I think, going to win this game. And I think they probably do go down as the best squad in the Premier League era. I mean, how can you argue otherwise? The only other squads I guess we can talk about are the 99 Manchester United team that did win the treble with less points in the Premier League and, I don't know, maybe not as impressive results. It's very difficult to compare, especially because I didn't really watch that. The Arsenal Invincibles, but, they didn't win anything European-wise. They did very well in the Premier League only. Well, that's harsh as well, but they are definitely up there. You've got the recent Liverpool squad that took on Man City and obviously won the Premier League, won the Champions League as well. So, the Salah, Mane, Firmino team. And now this team, I don't know. I'm finding it very difficult to argue any of those other teams are better than this team right now. I think with Pep and this squad and the team that they've got right now, they beat all of those other teams. I really do believe that. And in a way, whilst it sucks that Arsenal fans, United fans, any of the top clubs in England right now will be watching this and thinking, damn, they really are dominating and it sucks. But they do deserve it. The players are remarkable. The way they're set up, the football they play, even though this wasn't the most exciting final ever, they deserve it. Ederson in goal, unbelievable. Their defence today wasn't the best I've seen, but you got John Stones, a centre-back, playing in this free role where he's playing centre-back, right-back, DM, centre-mid. Even at times I'm seeing him on the right touchline, playing right wing, even getting in behind Haaland. Like the most free role I've seen a player have in the modern era, it feels like. And that's where Pep comes in because he's just a tactical genius. This team is frighteningly good. And it kind of makes me feel better about how our season has gone. We eventually lost out to what is now going to be remembered as one of the greatest seasons, one of the greatest teams ever. So I can have a little bit of respite thinking it that way. A quick word on Inter, because I don't think they were particularly good tonight. I think that they were a little bit unlucky. Lukaku with that header at the end should absolutely score. When they hit the bar with DiMarco's header and then the rebound hitting Lukaku's foot, although I'm pretty sure Diaz had that covered. They were a little bit unlucky. But if we look at the stats, and you can see the momentum graph here, I mean, it wasn't the best performance ever. And you could see they were set up to just jump on City if there was a mistake, counter-attack them, and just try and pounce effectively. But do you know what? It almost worked because they did almost score. They actually had better expected goals, which makes sense. They have had more shots. But if you watch the game, they didn't do anything spectacular, but neither did City. It seemed like a very nervy final. This was the least Champions League finally feeling game I think I've watched because, let's face it, you've got Man City who don't have the biggest supporting. It's facts, okay? They're not the biggest club right now. In the next 10, 15, 20 years, they're going to grow exponentially because of this team, okay? Your 10-year-olds at school right now are watching this, and they're going to be Man City fans. So that's coming. I have no doubt about it. But right now, this didn't feel like a Manchester United versus Barcelona from 10 years ago, or your typical, at the moment, Real Madrid, Bayern, whatever. It was City against Inter Milan. Inter Milan, huge club, of course, but not so much recently in European football. And it didn't have that huge game feeling. I don't know how to explain it, but the right team won it in the end. And it might have been a little bit boring to watch Man City pass around the ball a lot like they did. But, looking at the stats, maybe it tells a different story, because the game doesn't look like this, in my opinion. I don't think so. So what does this mean for Man City? What does this mean for everyone else in the Premier League that's fighting to win? And how do I actually feel about this? Because this is the first time a team has truly dominated like this I guess not in my lifetime, because you had Manchester United winning the treble in 99. I was born in 93, so I didn't watch football much that year. I kind of got into football in the 2001. Great timing to be an Arsenal fan. I just happened to jump in at the perfect time when we were starting to win and obviously get the Invincibles thing. But I haven't seen a team dominate like this, which is scary, because it just goes to show it can be done. We see it in other leagues, with PSG, with Bayern, and throughout the years when you've had the Real Madrid or the Barcelona dominance in Spain. Italy, we had Juventus for so long, and now it's just City are doing it in England. What's that? 7 in 12 now. 7 Premier Leagues in 12 seasons, I think it is. Is it 4 in the last 5 years? I don't remember the stats exactly, but what does this mean for everyone else? Well, now there's an even higher standard. The bar has been risen even further now. If you're going to beat this Man City team, you quite literally need to be perfect. They lost Kevin De Bruyne in this game. In the first 35 minutes, he had to go off. And they still managed to win. And obviously it's Inter. I think if it was against Madrid today, if they put in this performance today against some of the other teams that they've recently beaten in the Champions League, maybe it wouldn't have been the same. You've got to wonder, though, how Mikel Arteta feels, Eric Ten Hag, Klopp. They must be watching this and thinking, my God, none of their players are linked with moving away. Like, there's no unhappy players, it seems. Maybe Mahrez. I think there's links with him going to a Saudi club. I can't think of anyone else. Maybe Bernardo Silva. But the thing is, like, the core of their team is so damn solid. And, similar to what we've got going on at Arsenal, the core of the team is still quite young at Man City. And now they're so experienced as well. They've won everything. It feels like this is the beginning of the end, and the Premier League is now going to turn into a bit of a farmers' league. But hopefully, that's not the case. I don't think it will be the case. I'm still watching the ceremony at the moment. They're bringing out the trophy with the blue and white ribbons. Oh, it sucks, doesn't it? A little bit. I'm all for celebrating English success. Man City, English club, great. We've got an English club winning the Champions League again, fantastic. But it just sucks, and it feels like now there's just such a jump, there's such a gap, and that will have an effect on other teams. You've got to wonder how Man City are going to actually improve. Maybe yes, they could have done better in the Premier League in terms of their points tally. But are they going into this transfer window thinking, right, we need centre-back, right wing, centre-mid? Like, no, they've literally got a treble-winning squad. And if they lose Mahrez and maybe Bernardo Silva, you've got two similar, positionally at least, players. You've got they're basically both wingers, left-footed. They could easily find someone to plug that gap, or two players. I mean, if Man City approach any player right now, they're going to listen, aren't they? I mean, want to come to the treble winners? Of course. And that changes the dynamics of things, because there would have been players, I think, over the last few seasons that see how good Man City are, but they've always had those doubts when it comes to European football. Oh, City won't win the Champions League, though. I can win the Premier League at so-and-so, potentially, in a couple of years when Man City inevitably fall off. But the reality is now they're going to be seeing this and going, oh my God, they've won everything. And I think that does change things. It really does. In terms of predicting next season, I mean, you've got to be a little bit naive to not think that City could go on and do this again, potentially more, and get the quadruple and win the Carabao Cup as well. I can't even remember who knocked them out in the Carabao Cup. What happened there? It wasn't Manchester United, was it? But either way, like, it's stupid that we're even considering that a club can just win all 4 like that. It's not easy. What they've done today is truly incredible. Let me go back to the squad here, because I want to talk about John Stones especially. I love the fact that he's English. We're going to have him for England for at least another few years. What a performance from him. Truly, like, world class. I haven't seen a performance like that in so long, where I'm just shocked, genuinely shocked at how good he was. Rodri always seems to turn up with those kind of goals. Gundogan turns into Zizou at the end of every season. Haaland had a terrible game and they still won. Grealish didn't do anything. You know, it's truly incredible. And I can't help but feel a little bit fearful for what this actually means. And you've got other clubs like Newcastle now in the Champions League with the money they've got. Are we going to see a huge shift? Not just because Man City are now the top standard of all time, you could argue. We're going to have teams like Newcastle pushing into this top 4 with the money they've got being backed into their transfer kitty, although I'm hearing this summer they won't be able to spend too much. Their new shirt sponsor, it's dodgy. It's dodgy, okay? If you read into it, it is so dodgy. Sponsored by a company owned by the owners of Newcastle. Like, doesn't make sense at all. And when you've got Chelsea finishing 12th, you know they're going to spend big again, and they're going to get back into the swing of things. It's going to be a huge battle for that top 4. If it is actually going to happen like that, it could be the tightest it'll ever be. But then you just see City rocketing up to the top of the table straight away and winning everything because their team is just too good. But yeah, I think I've kind of just gone on about how I'm scared more than anything that City are this good. Fair play to them. I hope all 3 Man City fans watching this video are happy. Obviously, I'm just kidding. They are the new standard. They are, I think, the best Premier League team squad that's ever graced the competition since 93 or whatever it was. So fair play to them. Unlucky to Inter. I think on another day, maybe luck could have been with them a little bit. Maybe Lukaku could have been better. I mean, honestly, that header will haunt him. Thank you for watching, guys. I've got a big 2 videos coming up, 2-parters. We're taking the Arsenal squad as if we're kind of like in the next FIFA, EA Sports FC. New kits, signing the players I want, and that's going to be a lot of fun. But until then, thank you for watching, and I'm going to go watch City. I'm going to watch City lift the trophy now. Lovely.